If I told you that you could track every visitors to your website without managing a single server, in this video I will show you how I built serverless visitor track using AWS Lambda, API Gateway and DynamoDB. It's scalable, affordable and fully automated. I started my AWS journey aiming to build smart and efficient backend system without worrying about infrastructure. Serverless architecture makes it possible. With business need lightweight analytics, I wanted to create a simple visitor tracking tool that can scale infinitely, collect data securely, and store it in real time. So let's deep dive into the AWS serverless architecture. Let's take a look at how the architecture works behind the scene. When user visit my website, the request is routed through Amazon API Gateway, which act as the front door of our backend service. API Gateway securely capture the incoming HTTP request and trigger our AWS Lambda function. The serverless function runs on demand, extracting key information like the visitor IP address and user agent. Next, it to store this data into DynamoDB table, a fast and scalable NoSQL database. Optionally, we can also perform GeoIP lookup inside Lambda to enrich the data with country level information. This architecture is lightweight, scalable, and fully managed, perfect for tracking anonymous visitor analytics without maintaining any servers. Let me walk you through the full build process step by step. First, we begin with creating DynamoDB table called visitor logs. This table uses a primary key named user key of type string. It's where we will store unique visitors, their IP, user agents, timestamp of their visits, and city, country, latitude, longitude, position. Next, we move on the Lambda function setup. The runtime is Python 3.11 and we make sure that assign it a Lambda execution role with a permission to access DynamoDB. The function logic is designed to capture the request header, especially the IP address and user agent. It then generates a unique user key from those details. If this user already exists in the Dynamo table, we simply update their visit count and timestamp. If not, we insert a brand new record. Then come to the API gateway setup. We create a REST API, add new resource, and assign a get method to it. This method is integrated with our Lambda function using Lambda proxy integration. After configuration, we deploy the API to a new stage, let's say prod. Finally, we copy the invoke URL from the stage and embedded it into our website app. That's the URL that triggers everything behind the scene. So, and we'll just start to build a serverless visitor tracking system, fully scalable and cost effective. We begin with creating a DynamoDB table. That's why I need to enter my AWS console with my root user. Here I am giving my one-time password. And this is AWS console. Now I am going to DynamoDB for creating my desired table. Just go to the table. Here is my existing table. I will create a new table. So I am giving my table name is website visitors and partition key is user key, and just create the table. Okay, done. My DynamoDB table has created. Next we move on to the Lambda function setup. Just write a Lambda here. There is my existing Lambda function. I want to create a new function, so click the create function and just give a desired name. I want to give a name that get website visitors. Before I creating the Lambda function, I want to explain something that Python code. This Python code I've already written in the code window, and it is already validated and as per requirement I have already written. I do not explain the code here because this code explanation will get too much time. So I have already uploaded the code in my GitHub link, and GitHub link has given in the video description. So the runtime should be 3.11 here, and create function. It takes some time. We successfully created the function get website visitors. This is my function code window. I will delete all my existing code and place my written code here. So this is Lambda function code, where here is my I mentioned my DynamoDB name and deploy the code. And also need some configuration. Here is an environment variables, edit, add environment variable. Here I given my DynamoDB table name, save. Actually this is for DynamoDB table integration, and need some permission from here. I'm going to give the DynamoDB table full access. This is IAM role. There is only one permission policy already added. I'm going to attach another policy. So it's loading. Just add the permission. So policy has successfully attached the role. So close the window. For the test purpose, create a new event, test web visit, just give a name. And for this JSON parameter, I've already written the JSON code. Just simply paste it here, and everything is quite okay. And test. So status code is 200, that means it's successful. So let's check the DynamoDB. DynamoDB table, website visitors, explore the table row. Oh, right, great. Here is already insert a row from test window. It is from test environment. Uh, so the test key are already given. The key is consist of IP address and user agent, the city Dhaka. I am reside in Dhaka, that's why it's Dhaka and Bangladesh. And first visit time, IP address, as well as IP address and last visit time. Actually it has been given in the test window. So you should understand. Here I input the IP address manually, because for testing purpose, that eliminate the error. So there's testing purpose already data inserted in my Dynamo table. So we'll go to for API gateway setup. Now we are moving on to the API gateway setup. Just write API here and click the API gateway, create API. I want to create the REST API. So click build, given a API name, site visitors API, create API. After that, I need to create a method. It's the get method, and enable the Lambda proxy integration. Here is I tag my Lambda function before I created get website visitors. So create the method and successfully create the method, and finally I will deploy my API. New stage named prod deploy. So here is my invoke URL. I will copy this URL and go to a blank window and paste it in the address. So what will happen? So the message is getting the finally the another row inserted in, I think in DynamoDB. So I will go to DynamoDB. Let's check. I will get another row here. So here is another row. Just enter right now. This is from actually my browser. This is my Mac Apple browser. Mac. This is Safari, from Safari, and the city first as well as the IP would be the same. So everything is fine. The invoke URL is working fine. So what should we next? We'll uh, invoke URL set up in a website. I will go to test it from my live website. So I take the invoke URL and I test it from my portfolio website. This is my portfolio website, and this is the portfolio website source code, where in the top of the source code, this section, I paste the invoke URL and save it and compile it. So let's see what will happen the next. So now I check my DynamoDB. There is only 2 records which has inserted from testing. So right now I browse my portfolio website. Let's see what happened next from our Chrome browser. So next, run the DynamoDB browser. Oh, here one row has inserted from Let's check the time. Which time is latest? This is the latest timing. So this is from Chrome browser. I have browsing this from this Chrome and from my local laptop. Right now I'm going to check from my Windows PC. I am load my website portfolio website from my Windows PC and check the DB again, refresh my DB again. So here is another uh, record inserted. There is a Windows NT, Windows PC and the Chrome browser. And also I am checking my website from my mobile. That's I could not show in the screen, but I am checking my website from my mobile. So let's refresh the database again. So here is the also from, let's check the time, which time is latest, that from my mobile. Yes, this is Android. This is Android. So I have completed my checking from my PC, uh, from my laptop, and from my another Windows laptop. I got all my record properly in DynamoDB table. Now that everything is configured and running, let's give it a bit of time. Since this tracker logs anonymous visits from real user, we need to allow some organic traffic to hit the site. I will pause here, step away for a while, and let the internet do its things. In the next section, we will come back and explore the data that's been collected, including different IP address, user agents, and timestamp. Let's see what our serverless setup has captured in the background while we were away. Alright, I am back, and as expected we got some new visitors log. Let's dive into what's been captured. So right now I am going to log in my AWS console again. So successfully login to my AWS console, and I will check my DynamoDB table if there are any new data inserted. Go to my table. There my table name is website visitors log. Explore my table. Okay, there are some additional rows inserted already here. Check the time, first visit time, latest visit time. So one record from China, another from Bangladesh, another from United States, Bangladesh, United States. So little bit hit came to my website from different part of the world. Actually, this is not a e-commerce website, so there is little bit hit in my website. So I could track every visitors to my website anywhere from outside world. I could make some analytics such as how frequently traffic to my site, country level analytics, visitor metrics, and many more. And that's a wrap. We have just built a fully functional serverless website visitor tracking using AWS Lambda, API Gateway, and DynamoDB. While there are dozens of ways to track users, Google Analytics, browser cookies, IP sniffers, I choose the serverless route for the key reason simplicity meets scalability with zero server management, automatic scaling, and cost efficiency. Serverless architecture is the future of modern developer freelancing and even startup. If you find any issue or need help setting this up, don't hesitate to reach me out. Until then, stay curious, keep building, and take care.